Okay, as promised, here is the quotation from very end of chapter 2 of Better Living Through Criticism by A.O. Scott. The context of this is him flipping to a poem by a different poem by Philip Larkin, talking about how hard it is to talk after sex. Like, what should be so simple, you'd think, after such a moment of intimacy is actually quite difficult. Um, and this is what A.O. Scott says. So criticism rears its head again, the snake in the garden of what should be our simplest pleasures. It has always been part of the landscape, though, arising from our desire, nearly as strong as the urge towards pleasure itself, to think about, recapture, and communicate our delights, to make them less solitary, less ephemeral. The origin of criticism lies in an innocent, heartfelt kind of question, one that is far from simple and that carries enormous risk. Did you feel that? Was it good for you? Tell the truth. Which is, yeah, is a good summation. It's interesting that we go from, simplest pleasures in the garden, which is like, it's a simple pleasure, but it's also very primal, very close to the heart of us. If it's sex and you say I was like, well, that was terrible, you're awful at that. That's a killing. That can be quite a killing blow to a lot of people, myself included. But it's always been a part of that landscape, arising from the desire, nearly as strong as the urge to pleasure itself, to think about, recapture, and communicate our delights. There's a lot of books that do seem to be they're trying to recapture a time, a lost time. I think of Proust a lot in that, but to make them less solitary, less ephemeral. But the origin of criticism lies in an innocent, heartfelt kind of question, one that is far from simple and that carries enormous risk, because, I mean, that's enormous risk of you answering these questions. Like, did you feel that? Was it good for you? And to tell the truth. To tell the truth can open you up in ways like, to give an honest reaction to something is revealing yourself, as much as producing a bit of art is also is also carries that enormous risk. I think it's like, tell the truth. That last thing of tell the truth has got to be kind of the clarion call of criticism, is telling the truth. And there was a quote, there was a bit in here of the last line of Philip Larkin of like, oh, it could have ended on a happy note, but Philip Larkin had to add that last thing about perhaps you've misjudged, or perhaps you're lying. It's like, yeah, like, misjudgment and lying, that is a danger in art, and that is a danger in criticism, where you're not being truthful. You could be trying to be truthful, but you're also lying to yourself as much as you maybe are lying to a reader, telling them what you think they want to know, or misjudging of just like, I misjudged a bit of art. I didn't see this. I missed out. I missed this entire bit, and I misjudged. And so my criticism, my reaction fails that way. My experience of the world, misjudging the world, is something that we do all the time, but is can lead to a lot of bad things. Much less just, being exposed on the showing your ass to everybody by making proclamations and it being like, wow, you completely misjudged that. So yeah, I'm glad I took the time to. They don't you're not allowed to copy and paste, so I just copied it out, and I'll try and remember this. Hold on to this piece of paper for yeah. And on the back there's the intro to the other bit of me talking about this. So that's good. That's good. I will hold on to this because that could come in handy for a review in the future. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.